So once you have a lease, automatically, according to the Constitution, it is private land. Number two, Constitution Article 60, 1B says clearly, once you have private land, then there is the role of government to protect land rights. So we have rights. Okay. We should be protected. But what is now happening? Okay, so that day when we called a press conference and explained everything, I personally did, and it appeared even on KTN. We asked, in fact, we recommended, now that we have told you our version, the neighbors are next year. Please, we don't want to be the only ones who are talking. Talk to them, find out their version of the story. It's only fair. There's no point I just give you information and I am blocking you from verifying from the opposing side. It's only fair that you hear from all sides. And I'm happy the media has exposed all the different voices. And we are able to read. Personally, I've heard all kinds of voices, okay? And it is good. For the sake of democracy, it's good for everybody to know what is the truth about it. So when they went, they told us later, the gate was locked. They were almost about to be arrested, and then they had to make calls, and finally they were released, and they were treated very, very negatively. Now, what happened after that? The next day, in the evening, the county government came in, carted our patients out, drew our staff out, disconnected patients who were on oxygen, all right? Blocked our patients, about 50 patients, who are supposed to be on dialysis. And if you have kidney failure, we know it's a matter of days. If you don't get dialysis, you're dead. They were blocked from accessing. We have patients who are even ready to talk because they were blocked. Okay. Then we also know of one patient who was very, very critically ill, who was being managed by a consultant. And that was a special quotation. So the moment he was told he has been taken over by the government, the family decided to take him to Nairobi. And in the process, he died. So those are facts we know. We can produce those facts in an independent environment. But in a situation where we are being thrown out, force-free, violence on our staff, some of them being injured, it's very hard to explain what we are saying. It's very hard. We don't have any guns, so we can't fight. We agree. We have tumainua mkono juu. We can't fight because we don't have any guns ourselves. They come with guns and tear gas. We can't be able to fight them. But we realize that we recognize that there is injustice going on. And so when they attacked and moved out all our patients, of course they were claiming that they have taken over the hospital and the hospital is running smoothly. The hospital is closed as we are talking. Right now we have information that it is the council askaris who are taking tea within the hospital. They have converted it into a place where they can just enjoy themselves. And of course, we also have information they are being paid very well for taking tea inside our hospital. Well, and again, this is a legal matter. This is what I want to plead, even to the county government officials. This is not a personal matter. Trying to threaten, like myself, I've been threatened, my vehicles will be banned, I will be killed, my family will be killed. It's not useful anymore. I mean, even if you kill me, I end up in Yara River. But how are you going to solve the problem? The land issue is still there, the problem is still there, and it's already been filed in court. And the courts have issued orders. And what are the orders? Unfortunately, because of the situation, the fact that we could not even sit down and negotiate because they had thrown us out, now the order that came is that the government moves out of our property, the whole block. The whole block. Because we couldn't ask the court, please, let them move out of only this part, but this other part they can continue staying. No, we couldn't, because, I mean, we were in a corner, there's no negotiation, nothing, okay? And so we requested the court, give us an order, this is the suit property, they go out of the suit property. That is the order we have. And of course, it was served to the county government, and they received. We have copies that show the stamp and received. Orders sent to the Attorney General, they received and they stamped. And orders for the Registrar of Lands. He is the one who signed our title. And that reminds me, after they got frustrated and they realized we have our title, I think it's out of desperation, because that's the only conclusion we can make. They requested that we return the title because of what is written there is limited, so that they can rectify. But we didn't return the title. And thereafter, they did something that was very interesting. They were telling me that, they have they have deregistered the title. So I was looking for that Kenya Gazette notice. And I searched on the website, Kenya Law, and I couldn't get it. 2023 I searched, there was nothing about War Memorial Hospital. 2022 I searched, there was nothing. I was wondering, where is this Kenya Gazette? Then finally it resurfaced after we were attacked at night. And now we are being shown that actually they stated that we have lost the title. The title is lost. Yet we had it. And they knew, because they asked us to return. Okay? So that means there was an ulterior motive for them to demand that we return the title. There must have been an ulterior motive. And therefore, when they stated, we realized that there is actually something in the Kenya Gazette which we have not seen, that it is saying that the title is lost. So it was very easy. We just went to court and we stated the title is not lost. And even if it was so, okay, if you lose your ID card, we don't lose you. You still remain the same person we know. And if there's going to be another ID card made, printed by the government, then it should reflect exactly the same names which were in the other ID card. So we expected, if they found genuinely the title was lost, which was not the case, then we expected it is not deregistration of the title. You print another title with exactly the same names. So that is why when we went to court, it was very easy. We told the judge, once we looked at, and I'm happy the courts are independent, we were given an expert order to make that deregistration process null and void. So it was expired. We have a court order served to the registrar who signed and who took that story to the Kenya Gazette. So it was expired. So right now the problem we are having is that yes, court orders are being issued, but they are not being obeyed. And that is where we are stuck, because we are wondering, so to what end? If any judgment given, they are not going to respect. So where are we then going? Patients are dying. I mean, staff, over 200 staff are going to lose their jobs. Is this fair? What kind of a country are we going to be living in if there is no court order that will be obeyed? Where are we headed to? So I have made a special request, because we are in touch with a number of those leaders. I have made special request. Please, 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 let us stick to the law. If the court makes a decision that we vacate Nakuru War Memorial Hospital, fine, we shall vacate. Next vacates, then they also need to respect that. But we also promise that there is no way we can do what they did to us. If you have a patient admitted in hospital and there is a doctor who is treating that patient, according to medical ethics, you allow the doctor to finish treating the patient. Once the patient has recovered and is discharged, then you request, kindly do not admit another one. That's the approach. But coming at night and pulling oxygen, and I don't think that is very, very unethical. But we trust in God, and we hope there will be a solution very soon. Last Friday, we were given an order, and I have copies of this. I have shared with some media. The judge wrote that the OCPD in charge, Nakuru East, yeah, that OCPD should go to the War Memorial Hospital and enable the staff who are waiting at the gate to enter safely. What did they do? He didn't turn up. We waited for him. We had information. He had said it would be 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, he'll be there. Then what we noticed, what our staff are telling us, is that they just removed the country askaris. So there was no security. And so our staff then realized the place is open and they entered. And once they entered, they were just praying within the reception area. And suddenly, a horde of council askaris accompanied by armed police officers, the same police officers who were supposed to protect us, they came, they threw tear gas, they even came with hired goons to destroy, the hospital itself, breaking things there, stealing things. So we then asked ourselves, the same police officers who even had live bullets, we have evidence, they had live bullets, shooting. They are the same ones who were supposed to protect us as per the court order. Now they are no longer respecting the court order, and they are going in the reverse and brutalizing our staff. Some of them were taken to hospital for treatment because they were injured. Then they arrested our lawyer. We're wondering now, if you arrest the lawyer who is implementing a court order, so which court are you going to take this lawyer after you've arrested? So I don't know if it's a sign of this desperation or whatever, but I think it's very sad. As a few minutes before you came, I received a call from the DCI office, and there is a certain Inspector Margaret Awino, who is saying that we, as the directors, are supposed to go and record a statement, the DCI headquarters in Nakuru. We consulted our lawyer, and our feeling was that considering this is how the police have been treating us, we don't feel safe in the DCI offices. We no longer feel safe. We don't feel that like this is a police service. To us, it is a police force. And there is somebody who is using the police force. And it is not us. And so, who are there and who are brutalized. After you finish the investigations there, then you can come to me. I have no problem. My door is always open. We are not running away. Okay? But we are really requesting, let them stop being partisan as the police service. Okay? And let them use the law. Article 49 of the Constitution gives us a lot of rights, even those who are arrested. They're given a lot of rights. Did you know that Article 49, Clause 2, actually blocks you from being remanded in custody if you have committed a minor offense, punishable by less than 6 months or less in prison or a fine only. If the crime you have committed is punishable by a fine only, then you should not be remanded in custody. So this idea of calling people into a building where they can be put in custody, that's unfair. And that's why we are saying we are ready to give all the evidence in an independent environment where our safety is assured, so that we are not brutalized like the way the staff were brutalized. That's what we are asking the DCI. Ensure that we are safe. We are ready to give any evidence you want, sign documents, everything, but ensure that you have assured us of our security, our safety as directors. So that is my statement. I'm ready to take any questions you have, any clarifications. We are open. We are not hiding anything. We are like an open book. Right? Okay. Any questions?
So, Dr.
Yes.
We read some sentiments in in articles like Nation.
Yes.
They said, one of the doctors said, and also
They want to investigate. They talked about the atrocities that happened in War Memorial Hospital. On Friday, when our staff were being brutalized, I was not there. The MP for Nakuru East was there, Mr. Gekaria, Honorable Gekaria. Now, the staff who are brutalized are in the yard, in the open space, or what they're calling the helipad. They're there. So why don't they start by